Welcome to the 4th annual Scheinfeld Center New Venture Challenge. Thank you all so much for being here and taking up a Friday afternoon that's warm and sunny in Santa Barbara. My name is Melissa Marino, and I am the founding director of the Scheinfeld Center. In the last 5 years, the Scheinfeld Center has matured. We now consistently have 200 students enrolled in our ENT courses every semester, and our courses fill up very fast. We are also now the host of significant community and regional services, the Small Business Development Center, which provides one-on-one counseling and coaching to small businesses anywhere in Santa Barbara County at no cost to the client. And many of our student businesses have taken advantage of this service as they matriculate from here to the outside world. This past year, we also became host to the Center for International Trade Development, promoting exports in the region. And we have joined with the State Chancellor's Office in their Doing What Matters campaigns for jobs and the economy. The Scheinfeld Center emphasizes getting students to actually launch a business, either through our hands-on academic program or through our practicum enterprise launch. In addition, we honor our fellow college students in the region and invite them to participate. This year, half of the finalists are from Antioch University, Santa Barbara. We're thrilled to be able to host these students today in our competition, and we thank Antioch for their enthusiastic participation. Following the collegiate competition is a high school competition, and this year we have 3 high schools in the region that made it to the finals that are competing today. The New Venture Challenge is special for a lot of reasons. The first one is our last year's winner, Paolo Thomas. He is from Allen Hancock College, and he's teamed up with SBCC student Cindy Gutierrez to create a company called Fertile Grounds. They began by collecting used coffee grounds around campus, and today they collect the grinds from several coffee house sources, liquefy them, and bottle the product as a coffee-based soil amendment. We are proud to mention that this product is currently on the shelf at Whole Foods. So I'm going to suggest you go out there and buy some today to support a Scheinfeld Center business. It's only $7.99, great for flowers and veggies in your garden, and what a nice Mother's Day gift it would make. Another reason the Scheinfeld Center New Venture Challenge is so special is Justin Connell. He won this competition 2 years ago and has now gone to market with a highly perfected product, Garden on Wheels. At age 22, he's running a $2 million company. You should clap for that, too. A third reason the New Venture Challenge is so special is because of Rob and Dan. These guys didn't win anything. They could not win anything at the Scheinfeld Center or in our Enterprise Launch Program. And now they're launching a company that revolutionizes the way we charge our mobile devices. Their big Indiegogo launch party is at the end of this month. I mention this losing team because they are very clearly not losers and most certainly winners. They too are running a $2 million company, but wouldn't have started this if it weren't for the New Venture Challenge and the Scheinfeld Center programs. So this competition and our programs serve to motivate every student to become an entrepreneur. We have an esteemed and experienced panel of judges that I'll introduce to you in a moment, but their choices today do not mean that the other students will go home with nothing. To the contrary, every student today will go home rich with the spirit of entrepreneurship. Before we begin, we must thank all the folks that helped make me look good up here. And if you are on this list or part of this list, please stand up for a warm round of applause. Guy, Bonnie, Elna, Antoinette and Susanna are outside working. Today, we are giving away more money than we ever have, a total of $12,000 in cash. $10,000 goes to the collegiate winners with the first prize of $5,000. It's the most that we've ever given away. These awards are generously donated by lynda.com, Montecito Bank and Trust, and the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Foundation. The high school winners participate in a $25,000 scholarship fund through the generous donation of the Bank of Santa Barbara. So please give our sponsors a big round of applause. Thank you. Finally, before we get started, I'd like to introduce our collegiate judges. We have a wealth of experience here, and their full bios are in the program. And it's such an honor to have you here before us today and to offer your time with our students. It means so much. We have Kathy Odell with Nutra Health Partners, and if you have room, can you all three stand? Linda Weinman from lynda.com, and Chris Morales from Montecito Bank and Trust. I have a few minutes before we begin to make an announcement. Doug Lynch, would you come up here for a moment? Doug is the executive director for the Collegiate Entrepreneurial Magnet, and he has a very quick announcement to make for the benefit of the students here.
Hi, I'm also the one that graded all of the business plans, so if you didn't get in the finals, you have me to blame. So it was a hard choice. But I'm also executive director of the Collegiate Entrepreneurial Magnet. We're opening next week out in Goleta, and this summer we're going to be hosting a summer accelerator program that you can apply for online at GoletaEntrepreneurs.com. We're accepting 6 to 8 teams. There'll be up to about $8,000 in funding per team for the summer. The majority of the team needs to be available all summer long. We'll provide you with mentors, advisors, workshops, and it'll end in after Labor Day to a pitch to local VCs and investors. So if you're interested, we have a few cards here, but you can go to our website, GoletaEntrepreneurs.com, and apply online, and hope to see some of you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, are we ready to begin? Yeah? Okay. So here's how this works. We're going to be running a very tight ship. Each team has 8 minutes to pitch. When the buzzer sounds, you must finish your sentence, or I will drag you off the stage. We immediately turn to the judges, and the judges have 2 minutes for questions. 2 minutes generally gives each judge 1 question, so we ask that the judges cooperate with each other.
You might wonder where all that sand comes from in my face. Well, it's what I like to call the sand face syndrome. It occurs when one tries to do a yoga pose like the one you see on that photo on the beach. You can imagine. But the sand in your face is not the only issue. Also, yoga requires a soft and firm surface to be practiced. So beaches, as well as park lawns, and even carpets at home are not right, especially if you care about your yoga session. And we all know that outdoor exercise has become increasingly popular. And we all should know that yoga is about connecting your mind, body, and soul with the environment. But there simply hasn't been a solution out there to connect the two until now. Yobi Mat. Yobi stands for yoga on the beach. And it's the answer to yogis' prayers and those that want to try yoga. According to the Yoga Journal, 44% of people that haven't practiced it, they want to try it. And this mat might be that changing aspect. So what does it do and how does it work? Well, it consists of 2 panels made from high-quality plywood that go with you wherever you want to go and provide that solid ground that you need. On top, you can attach an eco-friendly and high-quality mat. So let me show you. This is our second prototype. As you see, the panels fold in half, and it's easy to be carried with the handles. So once you're on the beach, you can simply fold it out and lay it down. And simply move and attach. And that's it. So there's no product out there with these features. The only competition is regular yoga mats, and they just don't fill the needs. Also, we care about being sustainable, and we want to make our product completely sustainable as well as our business from top to bottom. So we will target women from 20 to 34 because they make up the biggest portion of yoga practitioners. There's over 10,000 in Santa Barbara alone, and market validation has shown that half of them want to buy our product. As a matter of fact, we already have 2 pre-orders. The potential is huge because the yoga industry has been booming. In the last 5 years, the growth has shown to be 87%. 27 billion are spent annually on yoga classes and products. So how do we spread the word about the mat? Well, we want to be everywhere. It's all about top of mind and about word of mouth, especially in a community like Santa Barbara. We will offer yoga classes on the beach together with an instructor, where students will be able to try the mats and purchase them at a 10% discount. We will be at events everywhere that fit our strategy, such as Open Street Santa Barbara, who is all about promoting outdoor activity. As you see on the photo, people are practicing yoga on the asphalt, although the beach is right behind them, and we will change that. Also, we will demonstrate the mat at Sunday Art Walk, as well as Lucidity Festival, which is just the magnet for our target market. That's just the highlights. Online will be a big focus for us as well, especially through a comprehensive marketing plan for Facebook and the making of some YouTube videos showing the yogi together with a well-known yoga instructor and spreading it on our social media sites. We will create a website with WordPress, as it has shown to be one of the best platforms for search engine optimization, and we will have Google AdWords and Facebook advertising. Lastly, for our PR, we will be working with The Independent, the Montecito Journal, and other outlets, as I have personal connections with them, being a co-founder of a very successful event as well. We will spread the word also online everywhere at yoga forums and blogs. So the mats will initially be made by a very experienced local carpenter who has worked with very high-end clients. Eventually, it will be produced by a larger manufacturer. His turnaround time is a quick 1 week, and we will sell directly to the customer at those events, as well as classes and online. The mats cost $60 a piece to make and will be resold at $119 a piece. So compare that to a popular yoga brand mat, where the mat alone costs $100 and doesn't offer the features our mat does. We will be able to break even in month 2 at 21 units sold. Yes! Our net profit is to be estimated at $27,125 in year 1. Now, to start the company, we will need just $1,400 to cover the expenses of producing some high-quality mats, as well as covering the expenses for our first video and participating in events. With the money of the challenge, we will be able to finally start the patenting process. And once we have proven ourselves in the market, we will sell the company to a large industry leader, such as Manduka or Lululemon. Now, the Yobi team consists of myself as being the CEO and the CMO of the company. We also have some highly valuable business advisors on the team that have led their own businesses successfully in their career. Also, currently, we're talking to an interested business partner who wants to invest in the company. Lastly, you might wonder, why me? Well, first of all, I'm passionate about innovation. I love creating something new and exciting and sharing it with others. And this is my chance to shine, finally. I'm very experienced when it comes to social media and online marketing. I've created several social media sites for companies and have worked in a marketing position for a large corporation, experience that I can bring to my own company. Also, being the co-founder of a very successful event, I've learned and gained and shown that I have the leadership skills to run a company like this. Lastly, I'm just nuts about the outdoors. I love being active, and I want to share that love. And what is better than doing what you love and loving what you do? Now, remember, you'll be and you will be. Namaste.
Questions?
Hi, great presentation. And my question is about the weight of your product and if you've tried to figure out lightweight alternatives and why you settled on plywood. And if you could just talk about the weight aspect.
So, yes, actually, this is not plywood yet. Plywood will be probably half the weight of the material that I'm using right now. And we have to, test it on a third prototype that I'm working on with a carpenter. And he has experience with all kinds of materials. So, yeah.
I had a question. Is the mat a specific kind of mat, or can any yoga mat be applied to this product?
Well, for our product, we will already have the mat attached to it. And it will be, like I mentioned, it's a high-quality mat, and it's eco-friendly as well, which is really important. So it will come with the mat.
Okay.
When you state your price point, if you're going to be selling these directly to the consumer by yourself, how are you going to be delivering them?
I will be delivering them directly, so meaning at the events where we will be at, people can buy them right there and order them. And I will also hire an assistant who will help me out locally at first and can help deliver them. And if we have to ship them out from online, then we will ship them out.
So if shipping them out online, is that included in your
No,
119?
that's not
So it should
included.
be
That's extra.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Joan, and I'm a dog mom, a dog lover, an animal advocate, and a certified professional dog trainer. Since I founded my business, The Inquisitive Canine, 9 years ago, I've had the pleasure of working with dogs and their owners, and have come to realize that there's an issue that needs to be addressed. And that's why I'm here today. I'm here to speak for those who just want to be heard. And who's that? Aw, these guys. And what are they saying? Please keep me safe and comfortable. So, the first problem number one, walking dogs on leashes. So, collars should be like wallets, to hold identification and to match an outfit. Whenever you put a leash on a collar and the collar tightens, the American Veterinary Medical Association, as well as the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior, have confirmed every time a collar tightens, there's an increased risk of injury, as well as behavioral issues, such as fear and aggression. So what's the logical solution is to put it on a harness, right? Well, therein lies problem number two. Oops. And going back, these collars, can actually make those symptoms that I talked about earlier even worse, the problems. So, problem number two is there's a lot of harnesses, but you have bulky, flimsy, and so many straps, you don't even know what to do with them. They're difficult to fit. They cut into a dog's body. They're irritating, and owners have a lot of trouble fitting them and taking them on and off with those big, bulky clips. So what's my solution? I didn't finish my problem number two. Some owners want harnesses that clip on the front, some want on the back, and some want both. But again, these show that they're complicated to use. There are multiple straps that cut into the dog, and the bulky clips are hard for people to work with. So my solution is a multifunctional harness made of sustainable material that is dog-friendly and human-friendly and environmentally friendly. It gives the option for attaching the leash to the front and to the back, as well as if you would like to attach your dog and clip him into the car so he doesn't end up being a projectile. The fabric, this is our first prototype. We are already working on our second prototype. but there's no bulky clips. It conforms to the dog's body. The fabric is going to be sustainable and moves with the dog's body, so it's comfortable for them. And it's easy to adjust. Stay. So my market analysis. As of 2013, there were 83.3 million dogs in the United States, with 57 million homes owning at least one dog. As for spending habits, last year alone, over $13 billion just on pet products. This doesn't include veterinary care or food. My target market, my customer, 30 to 65-year-old men and women. And in Santa Barbara City alone, there's over 40,000. Financial highlights. It will retail, my multifunctional harness will retail for $59.95. Cost to produce is $30. And at a very, very, very conservative number, $6,400 the first year with a break-even point at 6 months. Startup cost, $10,000. The Inquisitive Canine will put $5,000. And hopefully today I will get another $5,000 to start. Money will be put towards mostly research and development to start to make sure that the fabrics and the harnesses are tested on a variety of sizes of dogs in a variety of situations to make sure everybody's safe. Exit strategy includes being open to either selling or licensing with a like-minded company. Customer validation. I sent out a survey and received 110 responses from my newsletter list, and there's 80% that are interested, 20% are interested in pre-ordering, 84% of them are dog owners, and both like to shop online and in brick and mortars, and many of them both. Marketing. That is my current website. That is the Inquisitive Canine website. I'm established LLC. I have established social media sites already. We have our Inquisitive Canine Facebook page with over 1,400 likes, Twitter account with over 1,400 followers. I'm on the other social media sites as well, and a doggy blog and a newsletter. I've also produced a dog training game. Back in 2009, I've designed and produced a dog training game that I sell off my site, so I have shopping cart set up. I'm already on Amazon, and the digital form is in iTunes. I also I have my products in brick and mortars already. I've attended, this is a big trade show for the pet product industry, which I've already attended, and I would definitely take this harness there again. It was a successful event. I'm also involved with many of the local animal advocacy groups, as well as dog clubs and dog training groups. So I would market and sell with them as well. Production and distribution. This is our local seamstress here in Santa Barbara. So we will produce here locally until the numbers get big enough to go into a bigger manufacturing plant. I would sell business to consumer directly here at local events, as well as online, and pet supply places and just pet product distributors. I have a great team of folks and advisors, including business coaches, website development and website marketing, research and development, legal, and of course, financial advisors. And the Scheinfeld Center, and of course, SCORE. So why invest with us? I'm a certified trainer. I've been an LLC for over 9 years, and I have been working with our target customer for that long, with the dogs, with the owners, and I know exactly what they want. I've been talking about this for years, and I'm finally able to bring it to fruition, and I'm so passionate about it. And that's why I hope you decide to vote me best in show. Thank you.
That's a great presentation, Joan.
Thank you.
I like the product. I do. Have you looked into maybe filing a patent on it? Have you done a provisional or anything?
That's what I would use some of them. I haven't checked yet, but
Provisionals you can do really cheaply. Do
Right.
one tomorrow.
Right. Great. We'll talk. No. Yes.
Thank you, Joan. The
Yeah.
distinguishing feature, just so I understand, is that your harness has the front and the back.
Right. So you don't have to keep changing your dog's outfit.
Very good.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly.
I think you have a great strategy for marketing, but I also think that your product is a little bit complicated to explain what it's replacing and why you would need it, even though I agree you're really in tune with the need for it and your target audience. So I was wondering if what your strategy will be for explaining why the product is needed and superior, either through packaging or through videos or however you're thinking about
Right.
doing it.
Video for sure, especially befores and afters, right, as long as the dogs aren't harmed. And also with the doggy blog and press releases. I'm also going to, I'm going to have it as part of packaging in a mesh bag so people can use that to wash it in, like a lingerie bag. And I'm going to put a link on the tag to my site that has leash walking instructions. So people also learn how to lock their dog on a leash.
Hi, my name is Matthew Monaco. I'm owner of Jean Louise Incorporated, and it is a chef brand name, and is based off of a five-star chef based out of Park City, Utah, originally from Normandy, France, and he happens to be my father and my main business partner. We are here to bring healthy, convenient, and affordable cooking resources to the lives of our customers. What are in care packages for college students today? A whole bunch of junk, Reese's, Doritos, Cheetos, all leading to a bunch of health issues, such as decreased energy, decreased focus, unhealthy body weight, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, and even cancer. This can affect the daily lives of any college student today. A care package that comes with a peace of mind. Very hard to find these days, something that's easy, healthy, and affordable. Here we have a fresh organic spinach salad with fresh shrimp. It's an easy and healthy meal to make, but not so affordable for the normal college student. Here we have the normal college diet, which is fast food, ramen, and more ramen. And that's easy and it's affordable, but it's just not healthy, and it's not going to keep us running the way we're supposed to be running. And here we have a seared chicken with kale and spinach salad, but it's healthy and affordable, but not easy to make. Where Jean Louise is bringing in our product, it's called 10 recipes, 10 ingredients for the college student. This is a 25-page cookbook that consists of 10 recipes based off of 10 dry, all organic ingredients. These ingredients are included with the cookbook in a sealed, recycled paper bag, which is coming all together as one package that you send to your college student to your college student, beloved other one, or your aunt, your uncle, grandparents, or anybody who is going to send you a care package. The big picture. It cost me $6.48 to publish and to print the book off of DiddyPod.com. And then for the dry ingredients and the recycled packaging, it cost me $3.50, equaling $9.98. We're selling each care package at $29.99, and with the profit margin of 67%. To buy my product, you just visit www.jeanlouise.com. You go to the product section, hit 10 recipes, 10 ingredients for the college student, click purchase. We have an optional letter or add-ons. The optional letter is a to and a from with a short 3 to 5 sentence note that your parents or your beloved other ones can put in the book with an additional cost of $3. And we have the add-ons, which are sauces that are in coordinates with all the recipes in the book that you can also add on as with the care package for an extra $5.50. And then you just go to the checkout. You purchase your item, and the tracking number is through UPS, and to always know where your item is. And we are going from producers straight to the consumers. It's going to be an online business, hopefully branching out to other local stores to California and Utah. The secret recipes, there's no genetically modified organisms in any of our ingredients. All recipes are constructed by five-star chef Jean Louise, so you know you're going to be eating good if you get this as a care package. And the ingredients plus the cookbook make it for a very convenient, easy meal to make. Jean-Louis' cooking lessons will be on www.jeanlouis.com, and those are going to be cooking lessons for the 10 recipes that we have in the book, and there will be an access code in the book for only people who have purchased or have received the book can access the videos for the cooking lessons. And this is all just a recipe for a great, great, great meal. The sales and marketing. We're going to go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and email to keep all of our customers updated on any new products and any new ventures that our business is taking. With our website, we'll be mostly selling online, and then also hopefully local sourced through Utah and California. And we're shipping through UPS. For marketing, Parent Day booth, hopefully through Utah and California. On Parent Days, we're going to have booths through the colleges promoting our product. We have the optional letter and the add-ons as an incentive for parents to make it more personal with the kids and everything. And then recycled seal bags, eco-friendly. We're in a world today where we're trying to sustain our beautiful world and our beautiful place where we live. So eco-friendly is a huge market we're trying to hit. And the organic ingredients is just keeping our college students healthy and best functioning as possible. My competitors is the Healthy College Cookbook, College Cooks, and the $5 a meal college cookbook. What we do different is our ingredients are included. It's a full package. The convenience is where I'm trying to hit with the parents. Convenient for kids to eat healthy. Online resources to make it even easier. And easy, affordable, and a healthy treat. The team. Right now it is Jean-Louis Monteco, the inspiration for the business, and myself, Matthew Monaco, as the CEO. And both me and Jean-Louis are in the beginning steps of product development. We have our first recipe that we have published, and I gave it to you guys earlier. And for financials, our total revenue, hopefully, for the first year will be $390,000, sorry. And by the year 16, hopefully we're going to get up to $35,988,000, and by year 2017, hopefully $47,984,000. For my use of funds, I'm going to have an if I win the $5,000, I want to have the investment for more product development. I'm going back to Utah on June 2nd, meeting up with my father, and a whole summer is dedicated to developing this product fully and getting it published and ready to hopefully sell 1,000 books before I'm here next semester back in Santa Barbara. And then Jean-Louis' 10 recipes, 10 ingredients for the college student is a convenient, affordable, and healthy care package for any college student. Thank you very much.
I think there's a big need for what you're doing. However, I'm questioning a little bit the marketing plan because I'm just wondering, I mean, the books that you cited as your competitors, they would be online. Searchable on Amazon or found in a large marketplace. So your idea of marketing through social media, I just don't know why anybody would find out about you, whereas the presenter before has a following and has an established practice. And so I'm just wondering what you would do to gain visibility, not so much to distribute, the links to yourself, but to gain visibility.
So to gain visibility, my main demographic I'm hitting is the parents of the college students, and I want to hit parent days through colleges through Utah and California because I do have connections with the dean at the University of Utah and the Weber State University. And Parent Day is going to be my huge booth. It's going to be word of mouth at first, and hopefully by the time I get back to Utah on June 2nd, developing the product in the next month, and hopefully we can have 1,000 books printed and ready to have sales and word of mouth in the beginning for right now. Thank you.
Just two quick questions. What is the average preparation time for one of your recipes?
Okay, the average preparation time is 1 hour soaking the dry ingredients with 20 minutes searing in the pan. And you're done. Air in 20 minutes and you'll have a healthy, convenient meal.
And is your package comprehensive? Does anybody need to go out and buy anything to make your recipes?
About salt and pepper is about the only thing you need. Are just whole household items.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand the cost and the break-even points and things like this. So if it's, I think you said $6.48
Cents.
for each booklet,
Each book.
each book that was produced, and $3.50 for the ingredients.
Yes.
And that produces how many meals?
4.
4.
Yes.
Okay, great. And what about a break-even point? I mean, how much do you orders do you have to have before you can really get in business?
With the 1,000 books, I believe when 250 books are sold, we will be at our break-even point.
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay,
you very
thank
much.
you.
Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Bruskin. I'm here to talk to you about Dashing Dog Diner. So I know a lot of you here are college students, and if you're like me, you have some pretty late hours, whether it's studying, hanging out with friends, or just watching that one more episode on Netflix at 2 o'clock in the morning. But because of your late hours, there aren't a lot of food options for you. The food is either too far away, or it's just not open late enough. But with Dashing Dog Diner, all that is going to change. We are a mobile food truck that offers diner-style food with a twist. We're open late, and we offer menu personalizations. So our staples that you would see in most diners are there. We have like hot dogs, french fries, and malt shakes. But we want you to make your meal the best for yourself. So I know one of my friends, when I asked him if he was interested in coming to visit my restaurant, he said, "Oh yeah, I'd be glad to visit you, but only if I can have hot sauce on my hot dogs." And I said, "Okay, hot sauce on your hot dogs, good for you." And so we want you, our customers, to have what you want on your food. Our market is here in Santa Barbara. We have 134,000 people, mostly college-age students and young adults. We're trying to hit most of the colleges here since we have quite a few universities and city colleges as well. We're going to be moving about in downtown Santa Barbara, Isla Vista, and Goleta. And in an initial survey, 80% said they would be interested in our products. The other 20% said they'd be interested if we added more to our menu, which is something we're looking towards doing in the future, but we wanted to start really simple. We're going to be reaching our audience through social marketing, especially because we're mobile. We need people to know where we are. So we are going to be being tracked through Twitter and Facebook. Checking in on Facebook and also asking our customers to check in as well, and then tweeting where we're going to be during the day. We want to get food bloggers involved, spreading word of mouth, ourselves and others, to share their unique combinations, so what they put on their hamburgers, french fries, salads, and telling us what they want more of. We're also asking and going to be sharing ourselves lots of pictures of our food, since that's a big part for us. To get the word out, we want to be reaching a lot of the events here in Santa Barbara, since we're quite a big community of really great events, like Fiesta, 4th of July, Il Marinari. Just those are going to be coming up in the next couple months here, and that would be something that we would really like to be involved in. Since we're mobile, we can get to those places and spread the word and get people interested in us, following us online, and then coming to us when we're around later else. For the first year, we're going to be making roughly, this is a super, super high number, $561,600. It seems really high, but in comparison to the over $100 billion that the United States spends on fast food, it may not be quite so far off as we think it is. Our break-even point is in month 5. We have about a 3 times price markup on all our products. Some are lower, some are higher, just depending on what people are putting on their food. And our average sale is around $6. To start up, we need about $55,000, which is going to get us our food truck and all of our supplies. And the prize money would be getting us things like menus printed up and all the non-essential stuff that you wouldn't even think you need for a food restaurant, like napkins and condiments, and paper for our registers and whatnot. Compared to our competition, we are mobile, so that's our biggest advantage. We can be where the customers are, where they want us to be, and if we're not finding that one location is working well for us, we can in the future move to a different location. So in the future, we'd like to stay local, keep our initial food truck here in Santa Barbara. We'd also like to add other food trucks traveling around in the area, also expanding out. And we'd also consider a possible franchise. So why me? I have a lot of business experience. This is my family's candy store on the wharf, Mother Spoon's Candy. We've owned it for the past 8 years. I myself work there quite a lot. I have my own food prepping card, I guess would be what you call it. So I can handle food myself, and having worked there, I know a lot about health requirements. So that would be great for helping me get my own restaurant kind of started up. My father is planning on partnering with me, and he, having also successfully run this business, has lots of experience, and he's an engineer, so he's pretty good with the numbers. So go ahead, take a look at my menu. The combo for the day is the bacon-wrapped hot dog, the chili cheese fries, and the vanilla shake. And my only question for you is, what can I get you?
Another great presentation. I was curious how you arrived at your revenue number and if you have done research into other food trucks to see if that is the type of revenue that they generate.
I did do a little research. It was really hard to find some numbers on other food trucks. Nobody wanted to tell me what they were making. But I arrived at my number by taking the amount of people in Santa Barbara that my target audience fit, multiplying it by 6, and then subtracting a few for because obviously not everybody I target is going to be coming in, but also my number is so high, I think, because I don't have as much overhead with rent, so that's saving me a lot of money, and I'm not spending as much on that, and I can be where my customers are, so I can move if I'm not making money in one spot.
Thank you. And as far as as I understand, your differentiating point would be your late night crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you build into your business that would keep you unique from competition kind of impinging on your traffic?
Yeah, I want to keep my menu something that people want. So if what I'm offering isn't what people are interested in, I'd be glad to switch it out for something that they're more interested in.
Have you checked into what permits are necessary to operate the truck here in Santa Barbara?
A little bit. The two biggest are that I have to park in places that are within a few miles of a restroom, and I also have to talk to business owners if I want to park in their lots. But public parking is something I'm allowed to do. So if it's a public lot, I'm allowed to park there.
What about health department certification?
I have to have my own, my kitchen, so my kitchen has to be clean. I can cook my food elsewhere as long as it's safety prepped by the health department, and then I'm basically, as long as I get their approval with all the things, it's about staying ahead of them, so knowing that they are, what rules they're going to cause are going to be the biggest thing.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Donnie. I'm the CEO and founder of Releash. I'm a full-time student athlete here at the City College. I'm very business driven, and I will do anything to make my company successful.
Hi everyone, my name is Paige. I've been working since I was 14, and I've learned that hard work pays off. I am driven and committed to doing whatever it takes to make Releash a successful company.
All right, so there's a huge problem worldwide for surfers and stand-up paddleboarders, and that is the surf leash. As you can see, while boards, fins, and wetsuits continue to reach new performance heights, the leash, after 41 years of slow evolution, is still a work in progress. So these problems are, there's the tangle. This can be extremely hazardous, as people have sadly drowned from these incidents. Next is the drag. This can be very inconvenient, and it can also affect your performance while you're out on the water. There's also the problem where it can get caught on rocks and seaweed. As you can see, it's very highly frustrating, and it is prone to injuries as well. So the solution is Releash. It's a retractable surfboard leash. As you can see, we've come up with a unique way to firmly mount it on the back of your board. It retracts to the length necessary, so there's no tangle. In our CAD, we have a way that we're going to have a quick release. If you happen to get caught or tangled, you can release yourself for maximum safety as well. So that is the solution for us. All right, and we have three main competitors for this product. First is the standard leash. We also have the tangle-free leash, and we have the quick release. As you can see from this graph, there's 4 main selection criteria for the leash: tangle-free, retractable, easy storage, and quick release for maximum safety. We are the only leash that hits all 4 of these points, making us the best product on the market, and we will literally surf past the competition. So we have 3 target markets for this product. First, we have the kids. This is especially high in demand by their parents because it's safe and it's easy. Next, we have the older generation surfers. Out of many surveys we've taken, they want comfort and convenience, and that's exactly what we're going to give them. And finally is just the casual surfer. The casual surfer. This is our highest market sector. It's safe, easy, convenient. It's going to be the new thing, and everyone's going to want to buy one.
Thank you, Johnny. In the startup phase, our strategy is focused on getting the product known. Since the majority of our target market are casual surfers between the ages of 15 and 40, we will be using the internet and social media to target this market. You can currently like our Facebook page or follow us on Instagram. As you can see, we have over 1,400 Instagram followers that we acquired in as little as 5 days, and by spending $0 on marketing. So just imagine what we can do with a little bit of funding. Nearly 500,000 people attend the U.S. Open of Surfing in Huntington Beach. We will be using this opportunity to create brand awareness by handing out merchandise and by giving professional surfers a releash. Because when the pros talk, people listen.
All right, as we've done research for the pricing of our product, you can see that they can sell for $39.99. This next leash is priced at $39.95, and this leash is priced at $51.95. It's nothing special, and you can still see it has great reviews. Our product will be competitively priced at $49.95, so when someone's going to buy their next leash, they're going to be thinking about the releash. So you've seen our business plan, you've seen the graphs, you've seen the numbers, but this is what you need to know. In 2014, we're going to be selling 1,500 units at a retail price of $49.95. The revenue to releash will be $25. Our cost per unit on the surfboard is $7, making our gross margin $18, which is a high 72%. In 2016, we'll be estimated to sell 160,000 units, making a total revenue of over $4 million and a profit of over $500,000. So, with the use of funds, after winning this new venture challenge, winning our e-launch competition in 2 weeks, and getting an angel investor, which we have in this room, we're going to use these funds for product manufacturing our first run of 500 units. We're going to have a social media campaign starting in Southern California to spread the word of our product. And you can see we're going to have 4 months of losses, but that's initial setup, manufacturing, so our business can take off and be successful. So, why should we win? As you know, it's every entrepreneur's dream to have a product that has no competition. You can control the price and profit of your product, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Also, every great product needs a great team, and we have just that winning team to do so. Also, we have a very low startup cost, so we can get to market as soon as possible.
So judges, in conclusion, we need your vote today to launch this company because we can't do it without you. So Linda, Chris, and Kathy, we need your vote.
It's time to rethink the leash.
Think releash.
Well, I actually know something about this market. My husband's been surfing for 57 years. So it's a great product. It's a really great product.
Thank you.
So, and I'm going to question your go-to-market strategy, but one of the things I want to question is, what keeps anybody from copying you and knocking you off? Do you have a patent? Do you have anything?
Yeah, we actually have a patent pending in the process right now, so nobody could take over. There were patents that were filed about 10, 20 years ago, but they were never able to make it to market. They had bad ideas and it wasn't like built well. Our products, we've gone through CAD design, so it perfectly fits for our surfboard, for any surfboard.
Okay. And somebody else.
Have you thought about liability? Are there any liability issues offering a product like this should it malfunction or someone get hurt?
There are liability issues. We have Judith, who's she helps us out with all these problems, and we just have to stick a little note or a little sticker on it saying warning, just a warning label, and we'll be fine.
And on the release, the quick release, did I understand, Donnie, is that ready now, or is that still being developed?
Right now, this is just our first built prototype, and that's why with your funds, we can perfect it and add all those features so it's ready to hit the market.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Adele DeBatz, and my business is Goddess Moto. Goddess Moto is a startup e-commerce motorcycle clothing line for women, and we incorporate high-quality, lightweight textile materials in our jackets and armor. In mythology, goddesses are usually accompanied by a noble creature, and so throughout this presentation and Goddess Moto clothing, we will carry an owl. There will be an owl with every woman consumer. We also choose the owl because it is an archetype for wisdom and intelligence, which riders need to ride safely. When I first started riding motorcycles this past year, I was very excited. However, when I went to go find a protective jacket, I wasn't so excited. These are my competitors right now. And I don't know about you ladies, but I'm not very crazy about pink all the time. And this applique that is on most jackets personally makes my eyes hurt. So not only did they not capture my personal style, but they also did not work on the bike. The neck would be too high, the Under Armour would be too tight or too big, and sorry, I'm really nervous. and I am not alone. According to the latest survey from the Motorcycle Industry Council, there are about 67% of women are saying that the industry doesn't fully understand them. My only alternative was leather, because it is stylish and protective, but as you can see from the recent heat wave, leather can be completely uncomfortable on hot days. But Goddess Moto can solve that problem. Our mission is to bring stylish and fun motorcycle clothing for the inner goddess in every woman. Initially, Goddess Moto will sell jackets and armor that is stylish and comfortable for a woman's body. As of now, we have 2 jackets, and this is the first prototype. And if my assistant can come on stage, she'll show you the jacket and what we have now. So as you can see, we have the logo on the back and our name on the belt, so everyone knows what it is. And also I included our material and the typical material of our motorcycle, of my competitors' motorcycle jackets, so you can feel the difference. And sorry, as you can see, our intention is to make the jackets look like just a normal street jacket, but these features in the material also capture the fabric in the material is waterproof, breathable, and fall-proof, which means that if you fall or skid on the road, it will not rip. So even though it is soft, it is very strong. This is another prototype that we have that I will be making soon. And this is the front view, back view, and the front closed view. The armor will be sold separately, and the padding will meet CE certifications level 1 and 2, which means they are compliant with road and medical standards. I've also put an example of level 1 armor so you can see the shape of what we are going for. And these pads will go underneath the jacket, and it will be a separate garment. So these pads will not only be more sufficient, but will be contoured to a woman's body. And I am taking pretty much the basic design of my competitors and reshaping it. So our target, you can step down now. So our target market is obviously females, 25 to 45. There are about 7.2 million female riders in the U.S. today, but we are primarily focusing in the Southern California area, and there are at least 200,000 female riders and passengers there. Our target market are city commuters, adventurous, and willing to try new things, especially new brands. The market potential on average, motorcyclists spend $1,800 a year on gear alone. After conducting market research, about 60% of participants express interest in purchasing a Goddess Moto jacket at our prices. Since our sales will be only ordered online, our marketing plan consists of bringing consumers to our website. This is our website at the moment right now. And we also need to create brand awareness. So our brand and logo will be exposed constantly. Our first step would be to set up a tent at the AMA International Women in Motorcycling Conference. And there will be at least 10,000 women in our target market there, so it would create great word of mouth for the initial process. I will also attend women rallies and rides, and AIM Expo is just an example of one of the rallies. So we can connect and show the product. We also know Cold Springs Tavern, right? The most famous motorcycle shop in Santa Barbara. Well, this is a great way for our brand to be exposed to hundreds of local and traveling motorcyclists, and the owners have agreed to pass out flyers for us. We will also use social media sites. The most popular sites used in my target market is Twitter and Facebook. On those social media sites, Goddess Moto will share videos and personal stories of riding adventures, motivational memes about empowerment, share safe facts and adventurous roads to travel around the world, and pictures of the most amazing places to go on a motorcycle. Our consumers will order and purchase online at our website. All credit and debit cards will be accepted. Right now we have one seamstress, and our jackets are made in America. In the future, we would like to hire 3 other seamstresses and rent a studio in Goleta. This is the financials. So the price for one jacket would be $900. The cost to make that jacket is $450. The price for one armor is $160, and the cost to make it is $80. The net profit for the first year is $98,649, and our break-even point is in 5 months. So we would need to sell 42 units to break even. Now, before every venture, as riders, we always check out our team, or check our bike first. So let's check out the Goddess Moto team. As CEO, I will take part in all the decision-making. My responsibilities include sales, marketing, and designing the jackets. I have an associate's degree in marketing at SBCC right here, and I'm currently gaining my bachelor's degree in communication and media at Antioch University. To keep the wheels turning, my accountant will make sure that Frank Keenan will make sure I'm on track with my budget, and my co-designer, Michael Meza, and my graphic designer, David Kilmer, are the ones that help me steer Goddess Moto in the right direction. And of course, my advisors who make sure that the C is always comfortable with advice, Julie DeBotz, who has been a rider for over 20 years, and Dorothy Walker, who's from Antioch University. I am putting $10,000 of my own money into this business. I have $30,000 from friends and family, which will go to the manufacturing of the jackets and armor. When I win the $5,000 today, I'll be able to make the second prototype of jackets and the 2 armor prototypes. And for my exit strategy, in 3 to 5 years, I would like to sell the business to either Alpine Stars or Climb. And Goddess Moto is the next step for women everywhere, especially ones that love to ride motorcycles comfortably. And remember, ladies, embrace your inner goddess. And for the men out there, help your woman to embrace her inner goddess too. Thank you.
If you hadn't said how nervous you were, it wasn't that obvious.
Okay,
so good job. And I guess my question would be, how long does it take to manufacture one of the jackets at this point? And when you were talking about your profit and making 42, I'm just sort of wondering how long it would take physically to manufacture 42 jackets.
Right. Right now, we are trying to go, we can make a jacket every week, but we would need the 4 seamstresses to make 42 units by then. So that's why I need.
Adele, thank you very much. Can you tell us about the availability of this material that you're using? How easy
We
is that?
have very close connections. It is from overseas, but it does not take very long because we do have connections overseas that can send it right away.
And so I'm not certain that I was clear. So are these jackets custom made? Do people order them to fit?
No, not the jackets per se, but the Under Armour will
Okay,
be
the
custom
Under Armour.
made because every woman is different around the shoulders and elbows and the chest. So that one will be custom made. But the jackets will range from small to large.
And the competitive jackets you showed in the beginning, are those just standard or are they also somewhat custom made?
No, they are the standard.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I'm Tom Garnett. I'm the founder of Monocool. But first, let's talk about reading glasses. Americans spend over almost $500 million a year on reading glasses. There's over 50 million in my target audience, adults between the ages of 35 and 60. But that's not to say I only sell to that category of people, of course. We're talking about not replacing your reading glasses, but augmenting them. What happens when you're going out? Okay, they're on your head, got the crazy uncle look going on, falling out of your shirt pocket. Oh, I heard they're hanging right here. Yeah, I need reading glasses. There they are, right there for everybody to see all the time. Or you go commando without your reading glasses, because typically that you get by okay, until you're not, then you need them. So my solution is, of course, the Monocool. The Monocool is a 21st century reboot of the classic monocle. It's not a fashion statement, it's a tool. It's not to replace your reading glasses. Again, it's for when you're out and about, going to the movie, maybe your Match.com date, your concert, need to look at your concert ticket. You go from kind of zero to hero. What makes it special? Well, frankly, the name. I kind of was having a reading glasses crisis, not having them when I needed them, having them everywhere when I didn't. And I just thought, where's a monocle? I went online just about 3 years ago searching for them. There weren't any monocles available online. Doing a little wordplay, I thought monocle, monocool, monocool. Anyways, there was no monocool either, so I contacted a good friend of mine. We'll talk about that later and lock that down. What makes it unique is the O-ring technology. I have a natural rubber O-ring frame. It's durable, it's lightweight, it's affordable. The rubber ring helps grip your eye socket, and it is designed and will be made here in Santa Barbara. Business model, I'm going with the $19.99 sell price. I'm going to sell them for $10 to my retailers, and I'm going to sell them for $20 online. So I will not undercut my retailers, as I feel that it's kind of going old school. I think that this is an item that you don't know you need until you see it. I'm kind of a brick and mortar guy. I'd love to get them out there in as many independent retailers as possible. So initially, I'll be out there pounding it. Competition, again, 3 years ago, I didn't see any monocles available online. Now, Warby Parker, a high-end fashion eyewear company, maybe some of you have heard of them. They only have 12 retail stores. They do a lot of online sales. They have one model called the Colonel. It's a plastic tortoiseshell frame that sells for $60 a piece. Nearsight's monocles, they were recently in the New York Times. Monocles are kind of hip right now. They have about 9 models from $40 to $60 a piece. They are strictly an online reseller. Marketing, again, $20. That's my suggested price, $19.99. Again, I'm looking for independent resellers. I'm going to set them up with a custom wood rack that I'm working with. I'm going to display them in an organic cotton drawstring sack with the Monocool stitched on there, with my logo stitched on there. I will also have my website, monocooloptics.com. There we will have a store finder because, again, I really want to direct our customers to our retail partners and drive sales through retail. Otherwise, they will be able to buy them online at the $19.99 price, including shipping. I will also provide monocools to certain people of a certain age that might have influence. I want to spread them around. I want people to be seen in monocools and ask questions about the monocool. And I will supply those people with maybe a business card or just monocooloptics.com. Go there and you can find them. Once we get going, really get the manufacturing up and running, of course, I'd love to partner with a national reseller, whether it be like a Nordstrom's, Costco, Target, or a LensCrafters perhaps. The team is myself. My name is Tom Garnett. I'm the son of inventor and tinkerer. I'm a trained chef. I worked as a professional chef for years. I still do private catering. I do outside food sales, so I knock on a lot of doors. I do a lot of cold calls. I do a lot of quick pitches. And obviously, I'm a reading glass wearer, and that's what drove me to coming up with the idea of a monocle. Eric Amador is a good friend of mine. He's my attorney. He's done all my trademark work up to this point. He's working on our design patents. He'll do all our vendor contracts and company ownership profiles. Dave Walters, he's my graphic designer. He's here with the Walters Group in town. He did a great job with my PowerPoint and my logo. Thank you, Dave. He will handling all the branding, all the web design and marketing materials and sales support. And Dan Naus, he's the owner of Goleta Valley Optical. He's been great. He's been my technical advisor. He's made my prototypes and given me a lot of good input on the product. So projections, we believe that monocle sales could just be exponential. Our year one sales goals, it seems ambitious, but I think with some traction, maybe the right radio show host or the right Food Network chef, we could sell 10,000 units, providing a $50,000 net profit in the first year. By the end of the second year, we'd like to be selling 100,000 units, generating $50,000 net profit. That depends on how it's sold. Internet sales generates a higher profit margin. And that would take, again, the increased visibility, maybe some celebrity placements, and one major retailer. And due to the way the monocle is made, it's an on-demand manufacturing. It's a very light labor, not a lot of tooling involved. As a matter of fact, my kids will be my first assemblers. We will pay as we go. As we sell monocles, we will build monocles, and we will sell monocles. So remember, when you go out, so the funds, I've invested personally over $2,000 in my trademarks, in the prototypes. My new Venture Challenge winnings will be used to produce about 500 to 1,000 more units, which I will then sell at a good markup, which will then provide me the funds to continue and keep the ball rolling. As monocle becomes synonymous with the single lens reading aid, I believe that we could get interest from a large eyewear manufacturer or that might come after us, or an investment group that could really pump up the funds that we would need to go global and make monocle again synonymous with the single lens reading aid, and everyone would have one in their pocket when they went out, not to replace their reading glasses again, but going out, do I bring my reading glasses or not? No, I just slip my monocle in my pocket, I hang it around my neck on my lanyard, and it's always there. So remember, when you're going out, leave your reading glasses behind. Thank you.
If your product takes off, are you prepared? Do you have plans to go into different ends, like high-end, designer, prescription?
Good question. So right now, the one that I make is the Monocle Classic. It's with the rubber O-ring frame. It's a 2-power reader. Dan Naus with Collegiate Optical said that would cover the most bases. Again, it's not meant to wear around all day. It's not to replace your reading glasses. It's to look at the iPhone, look at the guest check. So really, it's a quick reading aid device. Some people might even prefer to just hold their fingers and use it as a magnifying glass. But yes, indeed, I would definitely consider ramping it up and going to the Monocle Elite and the Monocle Baroness.
So that you just answered one of my questions, and that's a 2-power reader. And how much of the market do you think you can really cover with that? I mean, what I'm thinking about is your minimum economic order quantities for lenses.
So in quantity, okay, I'm sorry. So
Well, yeah, I mean, if
what is my cost?
Well, no, in other words, to me, when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, when I go in to look at the different reader glasses that you can buy in the store or something like that, they go over much more than just 2-power.
They do.
Yeah, and so how much the market could be covered by that, and are you going to be able to then get enough lenses at a good economic order quantity to make enough money?
So I was told that if I'm ordering lenses by the 1,000, I could get them for about $1.25 a piece. And I would add different magnifiers, but again, it's not meant to be something that you wear constantly. It's again the quick look, and a 2-power initially is what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
But I would definitely add other powers as the market dictated.
Do you have any experience wholesaling into retail, and what is your go-to-market strategy for getting distribution?
Go-to-market strategy, new car with the monocle wrap around it, having a lot of monocles in my car, and just going to quality retailers. I've sold high-end natural foods, so Pierre Lafond, up and down State Street, and then just grow geographically. But I'm really thinking about face-to-face initially, and then when Johnny Depp pulls one out at the Oscars and puts one in his eye, I think I'll be going from there.
My name is Matt Meyer, and I'm going to present you today ParkTick Ticketless. How many in this audience has ever seen this green envelope saying parking ticket in your windshield? Raise your hand. It's a good amount. It can ruin anyone's day seeing that in your windshield. And it's probably one of the most common causes of anger among people.
Whoa, what are you doing? Just doing my job. No, but I'm just 5 minutes late. Nothing to do about it. It's already in the system, sir.
As you can see. Now, there's been many great and creative solutions to this problem. One, why not remove the window wipers? Where are they going to put the ticket? Now, as you can see, parking enforcement is also clever. That's not going to stop them. Therefore, we at ParkTick believe we have come up with the perfect solution. Here's how we do it. You go to our website, you purchase our product, we will ship it to you. In the shipment, you'll find a vibration sensor, cover for it that's weatherproof, and also an access code to our app. And this is what you do. This vibration sensor is going to be attached to your rims. You're going to put it behind your rim, and it's magnetic. It's going to stick automatically to the side, on the back of it. So when the parking enforcement drives by, they're shocking your tire. That vibration is going to be detected by that because it's programmed for that specific hit. And once the sensor has discovered this impact, it will send you a message to your smartphone through the app. At that point, an automatic countdown will begin at either 75 minutes or 90 minutes, depending on where you parked. We believe this will help you control your own parking. And that means you will be ticketless. Our market analysis. Our initial target market is 20 to 44 years old males in Santa Barbara County. We believe we can capture about 5% of that population in our first year. That equals almost 4,000 people. And why do we think that? Based on our customer validation. Of our surveyed people, 90% said they would buy our product. The industry for a communicative electronic device is a $32.2 billion industry nationwide, $7.1 billion in California. And the app industry is about to hit $25 billion. As you can see, there's a lot of revenue going on in this market. Our marketing campaign. Our first initial campaign will be to create a humoristic video to demonstrate how our product works and also how effective it can be. We're going to be promoting it through our local YouTube celebrity, Freddie Fairhair. He has over 80,000 followers. We think it will be a good starting point. We also are planning to attend tech conventions, particularly one in Silicon Valley called the Startup Conference. We also want to keep our customers. We're going to be offering loyalty programs. We're going to offer product updates. One of our updates is a premium app. A premium app is going to include a service called ParkTick Map. This is going to help you find and locate available parking around in the city. And as you see this wheel here, that's going to be our app icon. Our distribution. It's made in the US, in New Hampshire, by Signal Quest, and they're expert on precision microsensors. We're going to be selling through our website at first at parktick.com. But in the future, we see ourselves being part of retail stores such as Radio Shack and Best Buy. Our financials. First year projection, $55,000 in net profit. But we're going to price it at $48. It's the same price as one parking ticket. It costs us $15 to make it, so we get good margins. We are projected to break even in month 3. Funding and exit. We need $15,000 initially. $10,000 of those startup costs is going to be funded through family. The $5,000 I'm going to win today will be used specifically towards developing and doing research on our prototype to make it even better. Our exit strategy is simple. We're either going to license out or sell our product to parking companies such as ParkMe, which is located in Santa Monica. Our team. We have an excellent, creative, and very talented team. With these guys that are all good at what they do, I really believe we can push this product forward. We also have really good mentors with the professors at Antioch University and Santa Barbara City College. They've always been there for us. You can go there, get guidance. So why me? With over 22 million registered cars in California, I think I can help a lot of people save a lot of money. I'm a dedicated entrepreneur. I'm about to graduate from Antioch University, where my concentration is entrepreneurship. So I will be fully dedicated to work on my business, 100%. So, who here is ready to be ticketless?
Fantastic idea. I'm curious how the sensor is going to differentiate, one, between a chalk mark and any other kind of vibration, and two, how it's going to know the limit of the parking space. So just because you know when somebody, puts a mark on your tire doesn't necessarily inform you about how long you have.
Good question. The first question, the vibration sensor, which is we have been told by expert engineers, can be programmed to detect certain movement, a certain object hitting. We're also looking at several other possibilities in prototypes we can use. We're not just looking at vibration sensors, but this is our first prototype to prove the concept. Secondly, the timing. This is going to be an option in the app. So you yourself, the user, kind of have to pay attention where you park. So when the alert comes, it shows up two options. And you either push 90 minutes or 75.
Interesting idea. Now, how about on the technology side for law enforcement, where sometimes they don't use chalk to mark the tires?
But this is specifically for right now in the street marking in these downtown areas where that's the problem with parking. Now, parking enforcement is working on several technologies, and so are we. We are going to be there to counter them when they try something. Okay. We are dedicated. We're already looking at several solutions to detecting the laser tags they have, the cameras. But there's for example, a camera that's able to do a recognition that can capture the recognition of a certain car, like parking enforcement will use. Okay. That would be a different technology.
So what is the state of your R&D? Because you talked about using part of the funds to perfect the proof of concept. I mean,
So right now, we are seeing that it can work with a Bluetooth range. Our next step is to get it wireless. So the research and development will be to do it the second level or the prototype to just be better, more user-friendly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jesse Shepard, and I am the founder of Phoenix Sunglasses. I spent the last 5 years of my life repairing military optics in the United States Marine Corps. Additionally, I'm studying accounting right here at Santa Barbara City College. My skills, experience, and my knowledge of 3D printing allowed me to use optics and 3D printing to create Phoenix Sunglasses. Now let me introduce you to our marketing specialist, Curtis Crispin.
Good afternoon. My name is Curtis Crispin, and I'm a self-reliant Eagle Scout who has taken a full course range of business courses here at City College, and I've done all this while working at least 2 jobs, and I can say I'm incredibly proud to help build this company. Behind me, you'll see Devin, who's our fashion stylist, who also assists in sales through her retail experience that we find very applicable. Now, we have a problem. That problem is that sunglasses lack innovation and customization, giving you consumers less choice. $15 gets you a pair of Vans sunglasses covered in bisphenol A that'll break in weeks, while shelling out for a $130 pair of Ray-Bans will have you looking bland like everybody else, or a celebrity trying to duck paparazzi, or something not cool. So our solution is Phoenix sunglasses, and what they are is polarized sunglasses with frames that are made from biodegradable and renewable eco-friendly plastics that are lightweight and durable and come in color range and size range that only 3D printing technology will bring you. We are entering one of the most profitable industries today. With a net average profit margin of 47%, it is higher than both oil and natural gas. Its current domestic revenue stands at $3.6 billion with an average growth rate of 4% per year. This is a healthy trajectory. But also, this industry faces a large cost from inventory loss. And what that means is these sunglass makers are making too many sunglasses that end up on clearance inevitably because not enough sold, too many were made. Why does this happen? Because of turnover ratio. How do we stop it? Phoenix Sunglasses runs a lean business model which drastically minimizes inventory loss thanks to 3D printing technology. How do we fare amongst our competition? Quite well, as you can see. Down the line, we are a bullseye against the most 8 important topics that are criteria when people go to purchase a pair of sunglasses. And we are the only brand on that list amongst competitors such as Ray-Ban, Oakley's, Vans, and Knockarounds that can say that they are an American-made product that donate to a charity cause like we do, with 10% of our proceeds going to the Wounded Warrior Project, as well as incorporating eco-friendly plastics in this age in which it's ever becoming more popular. Our target market is made up of 2.1 million Southern California potential dwellers aged 18 through 26. They have incomes between $30,000 and $70,000. Now, within this, we've segmented 3 groups who we think would value our product most. And they include the eco-friendly consumer, also growing every year, and they value biodegradable materials. They value renewable resources within their product purchase. Also is the fashion-conscious consumer, who I believe at the key of their purchase, they're valued customization. And finally, we have the patriotic consumer, who cherishes the fact that we have an American-made good that gives back to the military. Phoenix establishes itself through online sales. We have done this by building an interactive and fully streamlined website that makes ordering custom sunglasses a simple process. And furthermore, we promote our website through the use of facilitating engaging content through social media outlets such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. And when it comes to interpersonal direct sales, Jesse and I are boots on the ground. We're going to art shows, we're going to college campuses, and starting this summer, music festivals. Within our distribution, we run very vertically with 90% business-to-consumer sales. The remaining 10% of business-to-business sales will be conducted at trade shows via cash or trade credit. And we have an initial price offering of $65, which establishes us as an equally competitive good amongst our competition given our price point and technology applied. Also, we will be giving military discounts to support our troops. In establishing our brand, we have developed a sustainable maple sunglass case with our logo and brand name laser etched on the top. This is also incorporating what is the great strength of our intellectual property of building upon our logo and increasing the usage of our trademark. And upon removing our sunglasses from the case, you'll notice not just our slogan, life through a different shade, but also our website, drawing intrigue to stimulate online sales. Our customer feedback has been highly rated. After interviewing 102 individuals within our target market's age, location, and income, we find that 76.5% are willing to purchase our product at an average price of $76, and that our customization as well as our Donations to the Wounded Warrior Project are our highest rated features. And within these 102 surveys conducted, we have made 10 LOIs. When glancing at our financials, you'll notice in the bottom that after having sold 270 units, we will be breaking even after month 3. Even better, by the end of fiscal year 2015, after having sold just 2,100 units at an average price of $70, we'll be finding ourselves taking in a net profit margin of $39,000. Now, in order to make this forecast more realistic, we need an increased use of funds. And we need this for 3D printing equipment, as well as money for working capital and money left over for advertising. Specifically, we need $6,000 because that will cover all 3 for the foreseeable future. Now, we'd like to earn these funds from the New Venture Challenge and our continued winnings from the Enterprise Launch Class. So why should you choose Phoenix Sunglasses as this year's top competitor in the New Venture Challenge? We are on the forefront of 21st century modern manufacturing, running a lean business with large profit margins to be expected consistently. Also, we have a competitive edge, and that's not just within customization. We are incorporating something that is popular and will only gain more popular. The focus and implementation of working within renewable materials and eco-friendly plastics. Finally, our dedication, our drive, and our leadership went from these individuals in this team meeting in a class, starting with an idea that by the end of this semester has turned into a business in which I hope all of you can fully support, and I would like for all 3 of you judges to help us launch off. Thank you for your time.
Great presentation. I'm a little bit confused about what the customization aspect of your product line is. What is exactly being customized, and are you giving it to other people to 3D print, or you're 3D printing it? So I got a little confused about that too.
That's understandable, and those are both really good questions.
Okay.
I'd like to have actually Jesse answer those because he's probably better suited.
Okay, thank you for that question. It's a great question. The first thing is we have 1,000 different colors, which basically each side of the glasses, including the front, so 3 different parts, can be customized up to 10 different colors. You can select from a drop-down menu online, or you could just order in person. And then there's also 4 different sizes we offer. So we offer women's, women's wide, men's, and men's wide, because everyone has different sizes of faces. And we are producing from the ground up. We are the manufacturers, and we are the retailers of our product.
Thank you very much. This product, what is to keep one of the dominant players in this market from appropriating this idea? What steps have you taken to ensure uniqueness of your product?
That is an important question, especially in the fashion industry. But like many fashion companies, our key IP, if you would, right, would be our trademark and our ability to brand our name to create a brand image. There's several sunglass manufacturers, and you create that sort of image. So.
Okay, so 3D printing, one of the great benefits of 3D printing is the ability to get it like that. Okay?
Yes.
And the huge appeal that it has for people to be able to see something being made and customization.
Yes.
Have you thought more about being able to program changes? Like if you did this in an actual retail setting or a franchise setting, I could come in and say, yeah, but I want it narrower or bigger or whatever, and you could print it out. And something like that. I mean, you guys looked at that as a down-the-road option?
What we've done is we've actually decided to have basically different people with different types of faces, a lot like Revzilla, which sells motorcycle gear in different sizes and custom motorcycle gear. Mm-hmm. And you just have the different faces, and you say, you have different individuals with unique faces. Some have larger eye spans. And you kind of show them online what it looks like, because we're trying to do online sales more than direct sales. Our initial strategy is to gain online sales from our marketing in direct sales.
Okay.
Thank you.
good afternoon, judges and audience members. I'm here to talk about my new product, baby hats. But first, a little about me. My name is Kathy McCollum, and my lifetime career is as a property manager. There, I've learned through local owners of residential property a lot about business and a lot about management. I've also been in and out of City College for many years, focused on business, marketing, and communication skills. This has all accommodated me being a stay-at-home mom, managing 3 children, now all successfully launched. My expertise in arts and sewing assisted me during those parenting years, and now as an entrepreneur in solving a problem that I found to be an issue. I was invited not too long ago to a couples shower, a big trend these days, and I went out looking for a really fun gift for the new dad. There was nothing there. So it seemed as if mommy and baby get all the fun stuff. So I went and created baby hats. Baby hats is all about fun and I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Ann, is that you? Hey, wow. Well, come on out here. This is my product, baby hats. Guess what? Well, congratulations, Mary had her baby. That's fabulous. Wonderful.
Hey, Kathy.
Matt?
Guess what?
Whoa, did you guys have your baby? Unbelievable. Congratulations, you two. Baby hats, fun to give, fun to wear. Celebrate with baby hats. Congratulations, you two. I've got to get back to work. There are 4 million births annually in the United States, and in California alone, 169,000 births every year. The industry profile that we are going to focus on at Baby Hats is the baby products retail business, as well as the party supply business. Those collectively generate $7 billion in revenue. That's where Baby Hats wants to be. Baby Hats is a new, unique design and is patent pending. There's really nothing similar to baby hats out there. We have novelty hats that are printed with new dad, t-shirts, candy cigars. Where Baby Hats rises to the occasion is one, it's fun. It creates laughter. It creates smiles. It creates a good feeling. But on top of that, as we just saw, baby hats can be worn by a new grandmother, a new grandfather, a new dad, perhaps a new big brother or sister. This means that we can look at potential of multiple sales per birth of baby hats. This rises above and takes it out of the park against any competition. We have 2 target customers, the retail baby products market in stores and online, as well as party supply stores. Our second target market is who's going to buy it. Female, working, age 26 to 40. She's planning a baby shower or perhaps buying for a new baby. In surveying my customers at several showers as well as baby product stores, the response was very positive. People love baby hats. It makes them laugh, it makes them smile. 92% of the customer surveyed said, hey, wouldn't that be a nice score? They said yes, they could see buying baby hats, and they understood it right from the beginning. They knew who they would buy it for, and they loved the concept. This product livens the celebration. Good feelings, good fun, and a good laugh. I've sold 6 baby hats to date. Baby Hats is using the proven business model of crawl, walk, run. Phase 1 is where Baby Hats is now. We have a face page. We've got 237 targeted market followers. It leads to a very simple web page as well as an Etsy baby hat store. Phase 2 goes into the smaller retailers in this local area and out throughout Los Angeles County, hospital gift stores, party supply stores. Phase 3, we're going straight to the big box, Babies R Us. This financial chart that I'll be showing you, I have a business plan. I have some very fancy predictions and charts that are typical. But this is a realistic snapshot of the next 6 months of Baby Hats. I'm simple, I want to understand it, and I want to make sure that my time is well spent and that I can actually make money on this. So what you're seeing here is a very conservative outlook. I've rounded the expenses up. I've taken my revenue down. I've factored in a downstroke of $1,000. I'll break even at month 3. I'll start seeing profit in month 4. By the end of this year, after expenses and taxes, I expect to make $8,400 in pure profit. This is a viable company. It's a cautious prediction. I'd love to tell you I'm going to make millions. I'm being a little more realistic, at least for the next 6 months. Baby Hat's source of funds will be taking the top prize today at New Venture Challenge. I'm also hoping to win the May 16th class competition. And the rest of my capital will come from private investors and angels. The use of those funds will go through to raw materials to create 300 baby hats, increased business through my website, attendance at an upcoming Baby Fair Expo for customer acquisition. And additionally, I have $1,000 of that operational downstroke before breaking even. I also need a commercial sewing machine I can buy used to cut costs. But like other things, Baby Hats will have to leave home. Bye-bye, baby. Baby Hat's exit strategy will be to sell to big toy manufacturer Mattel, a leading in that area. And with the intellectual property secure, I think this product could be viable through sports licensing. Go Lakers! To summarize the viability of Baby Hats, this product, it already exists, and I have made sales. I'm in full control of manufacturing this locally. I have no real direct competition. This is a fresh, new product none of you have ever seen before. Baby Hats is crawling, walking, or running, a proven model for success. Thank you. Welcome you.
Fantastic. And
Thank you.
You did not talk about the cost of manufacturing and also what you're going to charge for them.
Yes, and I think that's a fabulous question, and I apologize not for throwing that out there. I have been selling this for $16.95. I'd like to make it up to $19.95. Right now, this is hands-on manufacturing, and my cost is quite high. It's $10. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I just found a new baby to dismember. It's down to $8. They make quintuplet sets at Toys R Us.
Wow.
Woo! So I'm down to $8. I'm selling it for $16.95. I'd like to, of course, reduce that cost. And certainly if I'm buying in quantity, that will happen. Good question. Thank you so much for bringing it up.
Thank you. And you're doing these yourself right now?
I am. I do have some assistants, but right now it's pretty much grassroots, yes.
Okay.
Have you gone to any local baby stores or hospital gift store and asked them whether they would buy the product? And
Absolutely.
If so, how many?
Cottage Hospital Gift Store is interested. They have a whole corner dedicated to baby things. So when I have enough product, I'm in there. Chicken Little, not so much interested, which is fine. I looked around. They don't have anything in the arena of new mom, new dad, new grandparent. I've just talked to Glenda's Party Cove this morning, courtesy of those balloons, and they also have areas where they would be interested in looking at my product.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's tradition to do this in reverse order. So we announce the third place winner first, followed by the second place winner and then the first place winner. And then we're going to give, so as I announce the winners, I want you to come up on stage, accept your envelope, and stay up on stage because once we announce the final first place winner, the judges are going to take just a short bit of time to talk to you. And just so you know, the winnings, things happen to the Scheinfeld Center New Venture Challenge winners and even the non-winners. And part of your winnings, first place is $5,000, second place is $3,000, third place is $2,000. And then all of those winners are invited and sponsored by the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Foundation to attend a banquet next Friday. And that's actually when you'll get your real award. There is no money in these envelopes. And you get to do a 60-second pitch and showcase your concept there in front of about 250 potential investors, really. And also, you have an opportunity, and you better be there, September 11th, to pitch at the Clean Business Investment Summit at UCSB. So there's awesome opportunities in front of you. So without further ado, the third place winner is Monocool. Come on up, Tom. Tom is one of my students in ENT 208, Business Plan Development, so I'm very proud of you. The second place winner is from Antioch University, Goddess Moto. Adele, you said you took classes at SBCC, right? So she's an SBCC alum and an AUSB student. Congratulations. Do I get a drum roll? And the first place winner is Releash. So judges, would you like to say something to this group? Wait a second. Let's get your mics live. Jim, wake up.
Sounds like we're live. Okay, thank you, everybody. It's a whole lot more than just the people standing here. Everybody put so much into this, and it's really, really hard each year to pick just 3. But congratulations to all of you standing here. It was really well done. You clearly believed in your project, and we were really glad, especially the one that I was going to speak to is the motorcycle clothing. Excellent. We were very, very impressed with that. So it's clearly well done, well thought out. Congratulations.
And I think for all of those of you who showed us your presentations today, it was really inspiring to see the variety of ideas and kind of amazing the range of human ingenuity. And I think part of what we were judging was more than the idea, it was also the realistic expectations of how the idea would perform and how much of a market opportunity there was, and if we thought that you were the right person to seize that market opportunity. And so I did not think that I was going to be compelled by Monocool. I had read all of the proposals before coming, and the idea wasn't that appealing to me, but you are an amazing salesperson, and I actually really got it when you explained it, and I think it will be a little bit tricky to communicate that, but I think you're the guy to make that happen, so congratulations.
Also, I want to echo my fellow judges' comments. I mean, it was really hard. A lot of our scores were really, really close between companies. So those of you who aren't standing on the stage, please remember that you did an amazing job. And, you know, we would all be here to help you try and figure out your plan. To give a little more insight on why Releash is our winners, we did say that we looked at a lot of things. We looked at the size of the market, whether you solve a real problem, which we think you do, your cost sales ratio, so you actually understand your margins. It's an accessible market, so we think you have a chance to get in, because whether you do it online or whether you do it through retail stores, most surf shops are really open to, you know, getting these ideas in, and we think that you guys have the energy and enthusiasm that you'll be able to push that product forward. So, and it's competitively priced, so that was one of the reasons why you guys came out on top. So.
Well, thank you all for coming to the collegiate portion of the New Venture Challenge. I can't thank you enough. The judges did a wonderful job. Every single presentation was awesome. And we're ready to start our high school tier now, so thank you very much. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce our high school judges. We have a wealth of experience here, and it is truly an honor to have you all before us today and to offer your time so generously to our students. We really appreciate you being here. We have Michael Holliday with the Synergy Business and Technology Center. Thank you, Michael. And if you could all three stand up, just say hello. Gary Kravitz with SCORE, and John Richardson, our technology expert. Please give us a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here. We couldn't do it without you. So are we ready to begin?
I'm in the business of creating abundance out of what otherwise would have been trash. This is my venture, SBC. SBC is a student-run bike shop operating at Santa Barbara High School. It is a joint venture between the Donzak Cafe and Santa Barbara Bicycle Coalition's BC Centro. Donzak Cafe is a student-run entrepreneurial business that has launched over 11 successful business ventures, SBC being the newest one. BC Centro is a community do-it-yourself bike shop that promotes bike riding and bike safety. This is us receiving helmets from the city of Santa Barbara. They were kind enough to donate over 30 helmets. Donzak Cafe focuses, they teach us the business part. And BC Centro teaches us the mechanical part, you know, the wrenching, the bike mechanics. We're a student-run bike shop operating out of our old auto shop and at our high school. As an entrepreneur, they set out to solve problems. I have found 4 problems that I think SBC has the solution to. First one is students lack transportation. SBC can create an affordable and safe forms of transportation, a bike. Second one is obesity. Obesity is a problem in our society. SBC encourages students to ride their bikes and promotes a healthy lifestyle. Third one is too many bikes are going to waste. These bikes can be reused. SBC uses recycled bikes and recycled parts to refurbish these bikes. Student unemployment is high. SBC helps students acquire employable skills that they can later use for a job at a local bike shop. Our products are refurbished and recycled bikes. We are located at our old bike shop at our high school. Our procedure is very simple. If someone would want to donate a bike, we would take a look at it. Here we have a bicycle repair checklist. This checklist has everything from greasing a seat post to the drivetrain, shifters, brakes, everything. We make sure our products are safe before we could sell them. We also offer bike tune-ups as a service. SBC is a social venture. and helps our community. We don't just focus on our profit. Helping out the community is a big part of what we do. This past weekend, we helped bike valet over 1,000 bicycles at the Earth Day Festival, have donated over 26 bikes to low-income children for Bikes for Christmas, and 15 other bikes for the sports drive. This is my favorite part of being a part of this successful venture. You know, we help our community by giving kids bikes for Christmas. These kids can't afford it. They're from low income. You know, they might not get a present for Christmas. If we could donate a bike, make them smile, that really, you know, we're really proud of that. Market analysis. Our market is split up into 3 groups. Biggest one is Santa Barbara community. Second one is Santa Barbara High School and staff. And the third one is Santa Barbara Junior High. These numbers are based off the 7% of people in Santa Barbara who ride their bikes on almost every day. But our goal is to get this 7% to 20% by 2020. Bigger market means a better chance of having more business. You can find us everywhere. On campus, we attend club meetings and club events. In the news, this is a news article from the News Hawk. At events, we participated at Ciclovia promoting SB Open Streets. We even received the Spirit of Service Award for waste reduction last year. Here we are at the first annual SB Open Streets. You are at Earth Day, Bike Ballet. These are our startup costs. I'm here today to ask for these startup costs. We think that around $1,000 would be perfect for us to start our business for next year. And I am confident there will be a really great return in investment. Our projected income statement shows proof of concept. This is our income statement. We think that throughout the years, we can make a better profit. Our balance sheet shows that our liabilities and equity are $1,800. So I really think this business has what it takes to be launched. And here's a video I had the privilege to show at the Youth Bike Summit back in February. It promotes healthy lifestyle, it promotes healthy bike riding, bike safety, and it was a collaboration between the Donze Cafe and Traffic Solutions, one of our business partners.
True, we all wanna be different, so why must we follow? Keeping up with the Jones, we'll find the road that's hollow. Personal choice is something we decide, making a difference. Let's start by choosing how we ride, walking with our feet. Select your car and hit delete. Be friendly and live free. You know we all are family. The reggae beat, reach your heart, be your best and do your part. You'll realize that's the start. The Beatles said it. Without that action, we'd all have it rough.
If you'd like to see the rest of this video, please visit www.donsnetcafe.com. I'm very proud of what I do, and I really think this business has what it takes. So if you would like to join me in doing some good in the world, one bike at a time, please help. Thank you.
I got a question. I love the concept. It's a cool idea. And have you guys thought about how you could even use your business model and sort of roll it out as like a franchise with other high schools and really help them launch and do a similar thing and still get a piece of their action?
Yeah, we want to start working with other high schools. You know, this would really benefit the cycling community here in Santa Barbara. if other bike shop, local bike shops, school or private, if we join together, this would only make cycling better and easier for everyone here.
Where do you expect to get the bikes that you're going to use for repairing and also getting parts from?
Oh, these bikes are donated, so we sometimes go out and check. There's abandoned bikes everywhere. We go out and see which ones we can find. We asked. There's a big one is after the UCSB college. After the students leave, they leave a lot of bikes behind. We want to start going, checking after they leave. Can bring some bikes back, and we could even repair those, refurbish those, make sure they're safe, and sell those.
How are you calculating the sales price of the bike?
The bike, from what time and work has been put into it, and the parts that are used on it.
Plus, how much margin are you?
What was that?
How much are you adding to that?
To the bike, the price of the bikes.
Cost.
The costs.
It's called profit.
Oh, profit. Oh, okay. How much? So you're asking what our profit was going to be, pretty much.
How do you determine the price? I mean,
so
for a bike, you know what your cost of your repairs are. Then what
so
do you do?
we try to try to make the double of the bike itself before we use recycled parts as well. So all these parts are we have to reuse them on the bike. So all the time we put into it, and what we're trying to do is double the profit.
Okay, thank you.
I'm promoting I Got It Repairs. I was here last year competing with the similar business plan, but I've changed it up to be more eco-friendly, just like SBIC. Their plan is really eco-friendly, and I really admire that because that's what I'm trying to aim for now with my I Got It Repairs. We really are trying to promote clean earth, eco-friendly repairs by buying old phones, fixing them again, and then reselling them. And that keeps the broken phones out of the landfill and making it possible hazard products into the landfill. Also, what I want to do is keep repairing phones for other people and reusing the parts, but kind of recycling them for new phones and sending them off to a warehouse where I would have them take the cracked glass off of it, put the LCD that's still working on new glass, and then resell it, which would bring a lot of profits to me. Oh, it kind of cut off at the bottom. But as you can see, there's a lot of phones being thrown away. This is actually a photo from the New York Times. Obviously, there's a lot of phones being wasted, and I Got It Repairs is a business that wants to take those phones, reuse them, and keep them out of the landfill. We offer services, the repairs and the recycling. The repairs range from the iPhone, the iPod, the iPad, the Xbox, the PlayStation 3, and laptops, which is a wide variety of electronics that we will be keeping out of the landfills and keeping their life alive. Recycling, we recycle iPhones, iPods, iPads, the laptops, and the iPhone screens, as I mentioned before. That keeps the old parts out of the trash as well as the actual phone, which are very valuable. I want to start a program at my high school where I'll buy the old iPhones back from students when they buy a new phone. That'll help them get extra money or pay for their new phone. So instead of them getting the phone repaired by me, they'll actually sell me the phone, which will be a $90 turnaround because I charge $65 to repair it, and then I'd buy it for $25, $30, which is more than a competitor. I'll get to that later. But it'll help them buy a new phone or get extra money if they need it. The competitors are Celtec. That's a local repair company. They repair phones, but they don't really have an emphasis on the green, the recycling of phones. They just repair phones and they send them off. And if you need a new phone, I don't even believe they have more than 2 phones in their shop to sell you. Gazelle.com is a website that allows you to sell an old phone to them, but their turnaround process, their process costs you about 2 weeks' time, and they pay you very minimal amounts. Here's a chart of my prices. You'll have the prices and profits on the side, and my expenses over here on the left. For the iPhone repairs, it only cost me about $25 for the parts, and I pay myself first $15 in labor, so that's a total of about $40, and then the profits that go towards the business to keep the business going would be $25. I wouldn't have any overhead because I'm a mobile company. That box right there is all I need, and my car. Most of the time I just do the repairs at my house or at the high school where I go, St. Inez. Also the buyback program, that's a very important role in my business now. That's what I'm trying to emphasize on. I'd be buying the phones for about $25. I'd be putting $25 in parts in for a basic iPhone 4 or 4S. That's $15 plus the $50 plus the $15 would be $65, and I'd be able to sell that phone within 12 hours of actually buying it for $175 for a total profit of $110. Also for a 5S, a 5 or 5C, I'd buy the phone alone for $45, spend $30 in fixing it, pay myself $15, and sell it the next day for $350, which is a big profit for 12 hours of holding onto the phone and really only 15 minutes of work. I'd be doing the same with laptops and the PlayStations and Xboxes. I'm currently doing that. I took my experience from last year. I took the money that you guys generously give me, and I put it into research, a business, an actual location solving with work. It worked all right, but I found that being mobile helps a lot more people get their repairs and get their phones sold to me because they don't want to take the time out of the day to go somewhere, and really it takes that overhead off my shoulders. And you might think why I got it, because we have really competitive prices. We're mobile, as I said before. We come to you, your office, your home. We can meet you at a coffee shop. There's a lot of those in St. Inez, which is great for me because they have the Wi-Fi, and I can allow the client to use my laptop or my phone to do whatever they need while I fix their phone, which is usually 30 minutes or less. It's a green business, as I emphasized before. I don't want any phones ending up in landfill. Even if I'm going to take a loss on the phone, I'll just take the phone and part it out and recycle the phones. I know it's not good to take a loss, but I'd rather take a loss than that phone end up in the landfill, and I can just reuse the parts or bring them to you guys and show them to you. I also have 3 years of experience. I've been doing this since my midway through my sophomore year, and now I'm a senior graduating in a month. So I really know what I'm doing, and I'm in the process of getting certified, so that'll be a big help to me. I'd just like to say thank you for listening to me from myself and I Got It Repairs.
So you get to the coffee shop, they hand you something, and they're expecting you to turn it back around for them in an hour for a certain price. But do you really know until you get into it what if you can do it or not?
Yeah, of course. I asked them, what's the basic problem? If it's a cracked screen I know I can fix. I fixed over 250 of those in the past year alone. It takes me, seriously, for an iPhone 5 or 5S, 5C, it takes me about 15 minutes to fix. The profit margins on that are ridiculously high. I mean, really, I should be charging more, and there's the company here, Celtech, they charge a lot more for repairs than I do, and I know exactly what I'm diving into when I see the phone. I see if something's wrong with it. I tell them a time. I tell them, you want to stay here, you can go, and I'll be done within usually 30 minutes. That's my general time period, 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Question, have you thought, I love the concept, and I think it's great to see you come back and refine some of these things from last year. Have you thought about partnering with your local schools and sort of, because that's what gives you a strategic advantage against sort of every other person that's out there?
Of course, yeah. I actually have thought about partnering. We're really close to Dunn High School, and it's also middle school. I've actually gone over there, left flyers there, talked to some students there. repaired phones for their teachers, their students. I've repaired cell phones for my teachers, some students in my high school. I mean, really, I need to find more outside of the Valley, because the Valley, you can only hold so much business in the same service.
For the phones that you're buying and then repairing if needed, have you thought of perhaps giving them the bid on what you'll pay depending on what you find is the condition of the phone? So if they've dropped it in water and it's totally non-operational, it wouldn't be worth much. It's got a cracked screen. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, of course. That's basically, I have a set price as much as $25 for a 4 or 4S, where Gazelle.com will pay you $10, and it takes 2 weeks to get you $10. I think that's ridiculous for them to hold on to your phone for 2 weeks while you can sell it to me in the next day for about 2.5 times the amount of money. So definitely, you want to see what's wrong with it, but most of the times, it's generally a cracked screen or a broken button or something that will cost me minimal 50 cents as much as $5. Thank you.
My company, Brindleby Skincare, is trying to enter the health and beauty market. I first started trying making chapsticks and lip balms and things like that when I was younger. I always thought it was a really cool way to create something that other people could use that was really health conscious. That, and my mom always said I like to be kind of a messy kid. My target is to bring affordable, high quality skincare to people that can't exactly afford the higher quality labels. I would like to start with making just clear lip balm with scents, and then moving on to tinted lip balms after that. And then after I create a following, I'd like to introduce a product called bath bombs that are a one-time use product that you put in a bathtub and they fizz up and turn the water a different color and give it a scent that also moisturizes the skin. I think they're fun. They sort of make an event out of using your shower. The expected growth rate is 8.4% in the beauty industry. I think I have a really good chance because a lot of people really like the handcrafted, homemade idea of products because they feel they're safer, they're trusted. My one problem that I've recognized with the beauty industry is that it's a very established industry and there's many people that already have a name for themselves. This is a chart of leading lip care and store medication brands. The top one that's the most is actually a medicated brand, along with Blistex, Carmex, and Eosil Evolution of Smooth. So those don't exactly apply to what I would be trying to sell. The ones that do apply are Burt's Bees, chapsticks, private label, which would be what my company is, Revlon Colorburst chapstick lip moisturizer, and Maybelline Baby Lips. Since I'm a private label, I think I have a high standing in the chart, seeing as half of it doesn't include my product. I think the second highest one here is chapstick, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows the chapstick label. Honestly, it's not something that I'd really think would be healthy for my skin. A lot of people buy it because it is cheap, but I also think it's cheap in quality. And mine would be using all natural products that help to nourish the skin and seal in moisture. My plan is to start selling locally and start small, like in swap meets and the local farmers market. I'd like to do this because I want to sort of establish my business with the community and start small and go by word of mouth. I think this is a better way to know your consumers better. I would like to, as I grow, I'd like to sell online and go to wholesale distribution with places such as Plum Goods and Lassen's Natural Food and Vitamins. Plum Goods is a store downtown in Santa Barbara, and they take all of their products are handmade or recycled, and they're from people that just go to their website and they fill out sort of this prompt where they say what their product is, how they make it, what their turnaround time is, their wholesale prices, and based off of that, they choose whether they'd like you in your store or not. So by selling in places, I'd like to create a following so I can get into a place like Plum Goods, and then eventually Lassen's. Lassen's is a health food store, and I think it would look good to places like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods to have something like that under my belt. This is just a picture of Plum Goods and some of the cosmetics that they sell. This is a hand cream and some other products that they have that are all natural and handmade. I actually went in one day and I was looking at these and I thought this looks like something I've made. And I looked at the ingredients and they're all natural and things that I've used in my products, and I think I would fit very well in their store. My initial market is females from 16 to 20 years old. I'd like to target them because there's not much available in their age range. There's all these things for older women, like wrinkle creams and things for little children, like the root beer flavored chapsticks and like bubblegum makeup. After I finish a couple sales of the chapstick, I'd like to include other products such as bubble bars and bath bombs. This is my price per unit and profit margin. So it would cost me about 36 cents per unit, and I get about 89 cents each, and it's a 72% profit. This is my break-even point and basically my financial plan. I plan on doing, with $1,000, I could make about 2,000 chapsticks, and if sold successfully over 3 months, my break-even point would be along the 3rd month, where then I could start making a profit over the next 2, and then turn it around and start over. My team would be me, Brittany Martinez, and these are just actually a couple friends that told me that they would work for me without a cost for the first few months just to help me get started, which is very nice of them. The top left, that is one of the main ingredients, shea butter. This is beeswax, cocoa butter, and the bottoms are essential oils. And they're all basically cold pressed. Pretty much every one of them is cold pressed. And that's how you get the oils out of the basic plant products. And they're all raw materials and natural and good for your skin. This is pretty much my cost, my initial startup cost, and it shows everything that I would need for casing and for selling and things like that. Pouring trays, I thought I'd mention that. It's something that would make it a lot easier to manufacture my product. So each one carries 50, and if you put it in, all you have to do is pour it in and it levels out, which makes it a lot faster for me to produce and then be able to sell my product. That's it.
Do you have to meet any quality standards like food or supplements need?
Actually, everything I use in it is food and cosmetic grade quality.
On your projected sales, because you'd mentioned you had, I suppose, 1,000 units you were going to make?
2,000.
2,000.
Yes.
What's the market penetration? I mean, how realistic is that with the number of people out there that are consuming these kind of products?
I think I could do fairly well if I really put myself out there and market myself and go to places that I know that there's health-conscious people looking for this sort of product.
How about displays? I didn't see anything built into the pricing or anything as a cost for having some kind of display, because you go into these stores and most things are in some display because these are small items. They need to be grouped together, they need to be branded. Have you looked into that?
Actually, I have. There's these things called, they're like display cases, and they show them in these little, they're like cardboard boxes, but they're a little nicer. They have a design on them. and I get them through Bulk Apothecary, which sells all these cosmetic grade things that you need to make this, and also sells all the packaging in bulk prices, so wholesale prices. The same company. Also, if you don't have a label yet, you can call them and they'll create a logo for you based on what you think you'd like for your business.
Thank you.
We are an environmentally conscious clothing company with the mission to reduce negative impacts on the environment and educate our community about their role in preserving our ecosystem. Well, like any tree, I like to start with the roots. And with that, I'll introduce you to my childhood. I was raised in Brazil, spent the first 13 years of my life there, and had the privilege to grow up with parents who were not only self-made entrepreneurs, but who also preserve the ecosystem for a living. Well, skip a couple of years, and I heard the news I'm moving to Santa Barbara. Trust me, it was a big surprise. However, I wasn't disappointed. The reason for that was I knew I was going to go to one of the most beautiful cities I've ever visited, and I was going to go to one of the most beautiful schools I've ever seen. Well, when I got here, the campus truly was beautiful. However, there was something off, something quite strange. And with that, I'll introduce you to the problem I'm going to solve. Well, as you can see, the problem is there's too much ambient pollution. And it's interesting for me, in such a beautiful school like Santa Barbara High School, for this problem to exist. And I trace this problem to two main things. The first one being the lack of awareness from kids. But the main reason is the inefficiency of the trash business itself. As you can see, they're run down and dirty. Well, thinking about it, I realized, okay, the solution's simple. I'll just make my own trash bin. Thinking again, I realized for me to do so, even though I would accomplish it, it would take me too much time and effort and time and money. Well, doing some research, I found the perfect solution. It's the Big Belly Solar. Well, the Big Belly Solar is a solar-powered compacting trash bin that can take up to 5 times as much trash as a normal trash bin, resulting in less trash pickups, saving the school money, less plastic linings being used, which would go straight to landfill, and it solves the problem that I'm trying to solve, overfilling and ambient litter. Well, these trash cans are also great because, as you can see, you can set up advertisements on them. And since both me and the school need to raise $1,500 each, one trash bin costs $3,000, it is a reliable source of revenue. Well, or apparel. At Rebin, we focus on simple and modern designs. But by buying our product, you're not only buying a product. By buying our product, you're investing in a cleaner community and a healthier environment. So you're buying the product for the brand and for the experience. Well, since we have a partnership with Designing Cut, we're able to make these t-shirts for a very low amount of money, resulting in great margins, 50% margins for us. A revenue model. Well, the way we make money is the following. We sell the t-shirts, allowing us to buy the trash bin, allowing us to set up advertisements on the trash bin itself, allowing us to buy more t-shirts and complete the process. Well, this proves to be a self-sufficient and reliable method of revenue. By the way, we're an FPC, a flexible purpose company. That allows us to have the for-profit philosophy of any other form of corporation with a special meaning or purpose, ours being bettering the environment. Market analysis. Well, could you believe that a stunning 91% of consumers would favor a company that has a positive social impact? And even more impressively, 60% have done so in the last 12 months. Well, let's talk marketing. Our target market are both the adult community of Santa Barbara, who have strong ties to the school and the community, and their children who are or currently going to the Santa Barbara High School or the other high schools around us. And so by advertising both local events and social media, we're able to reach both aspects of our target market. Sales. Well, these are some pictures of me at Earth Day, and at the moment, we're only selling at events. However, even though the feedback was amazing and I practically sold out, I still have a few, so if any of you are interested, please let me know. Part of the money I'm getting from the $1,000 award grant is going to go to install a website and online sales to maximize our profits in the near future. Advisory board. I have the privilege to work with Jesus and Miss B, who are great influences in the Santa Barbara community. Both the CFO and CEO of Instituto Perene, a company that works to preserving the environment in Brazil, and Marburg, who you all know is the biggest name in trash bins in Santa Barbara, Ventura County. Well, projected break-even analysis. We're projected to, as you can see, we're projected to break even in 2 months. And after that, we're going to get $700 a month from online sales, local event sales, and the advertisement itself. Well, although the school does benefit from the cleaner campus, it also benefits in source of cash. As you can see, in month 9, the school already gets back the investment of $1,500 that they put into a trash bin. That money comes from less trash pickups, less plastic linings being used, and advertisement. And at the end of the school year, it makes $350 from one trash bin. Well, here today I'm seeking $1,000 to spend on the following. $200 will go to the first 2 batches, the first one being Earth Day, the second will be in Business to Business Expo. $300 will go to legal purposes, such as filing the trademark and the FPC itself. And then $500 will go to installing and setting up online sales on a website to maximize their profits. Well, at the moment, we're focusing on installing these trash bins in 4 main locations in Santa Barbara High School. We're going to install 1 this year and 3 the next. However, I plan to expand this project to much broader scales. Eventually, one day, I want to have these trash bins and our t-shirts being sold in every single campus in the Santa Barbara Ventura County, all 20 of them. Because this problem is not only for our school, it's for all schools. Thank you very much.
I'll make a comment. It's interesting from your background in Brazil because they're pretty progressive, especially as far as this kind of thinking goes. One of the things that I thought was, and you actually answered the question, was a savings to the schools.
Yeah.
So have you kind of vetted those numbers to make with the facilities people?
I calculated all the numbers and I talked to the custodians and the assistant principal and the principal at my school. And by using less plastic linings and needing less trash pickups, the school saves a lot of money. Plus, the advertisement from the trash bins themselves is a source of revenue. So in the end, as I showed, in 9 months, they get their money back from the investment. And by the end of the school year, per trash bin, they get $350.
How much do you plan to charge for the advertising?
So at the moment, I'm thinking of $500 every 3 months. And the great thing about that is school regulations might not allow an outside company like Taco Bell, for example, to advertise. However, I already talked to inside groups such as ASB, the Donzana Cafe itself, and they're willing to set up advertisements there because it benefits both the school and Rebin.
Have you talked to the manufacturer about being just a reseller for this also?
Well,
because if you establish this market, again, you go to other places to just resell these things.
Well, we're not necessarily reselling them. What we're doing is this project right now for Rebin is to clean up the schools in the Santa Barbara Ventura County. So I contacted the distributor of these big bellies, and he told me that he's really interested in the project. And eventually, when we start actually doing them, we're going to install 1 this year, 3 the other year for our school. I'm going to contact the CEO of the company and ask if there's some type of deal for us to expand this to a much broader scale.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How's everyone's evening going? That's good. How many of you have your own business started or planning on starting your own business? Raise of hands. That's great. You need a brand with that, though. What is a brand? A brand, to me, is an extension of oneself. An extension that not only shows what you believe, but shows what you want to accomplish. And that is what Think Bright Graphics is going to do for young entrepreneurs. Think Bright Graphics gives people with great ideas the opportunity to make their ideas a visual reality. Through our exemplary creative thinking, customer service, and solution-oriented problem solving. Let's think of it this way. I am the creative middleman that bridges the gap between artist and client. I offer the clients options with artists who I've networked that they can choose what style they wish to express themselves through, whether that's a brand, concept, or character design. This is my first client with the Santa Barbara Coastal Explorers. Very great company. The issue. I'm an Oregonian. Super rainy, cloudy, it's gloomy. It's also where I discovered the internet. And what I found there was that people kept on saying to other artists, I wish I could draw like you. I wish I could get my ideas onto paper like you do yourself. And I saw that and I was like, wow, how can I do something about this? Is there something that can fill that need? And that's what Think Bright aims to do. Let's face it, small businesses are increasing in sales this year. It's predicted that 67% actually are suspected to be increased in sales. That's a whopping percentage. I had actually conducted a test in my own classroom and asked them if they want to work for a company or be a part of their own business. 41% wanted to start their own business. And the 8% already have their own business started and said that they needed a brand that can fully express what they believe. The other percentages list people that have a job or want to work for other businesses. Let's think of it like that's only Santa Barbara High School, 2,200 students. That's only one classroom. Think of the possibilities in just Santa Barbara High School. What about the district? That's America's future economy, because that's where it lies. Hourly rates, that kind of scares people, especially for graphic designers. You can go to a graphic design firm here in Santa Barbara, and they'll charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for even a logo design. To me, that seems a little bit ridiculous, considering that not all young entrepreneurs have the resources to even nearly afford that. And that's why I'm implementing hourly rate with cost, with a cap. Now, what the cap is that it prevents any more cost of the client from paying any more than he or she should. Let's say that it's a, $15 an hour logo, cap that at $150. Leaves it convenient for the young entrepreneur and gets them out on the road running. Marketing. There's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, WordPress, and several other social media. I don't have to pay my money to go out there and get myself advertised. Facebook especially is a very great website to even broadcast yourself. You can just say, oh, just look me up on Facebook. People know exactly what you mean. Now, as you can see, DeviantArt. Now, DeviantArt is a website specifically designed for artists like myself to post their work, and other people can see that, whether you're a member or not. These are DeviantArt. That is the website I am going to network artists for future clients. However, I do want to stick with the locality. It is very important that things are spread word to mouth here in Santa Barbara, and personal contact is very essential for creating this community of artists and client. The exciting part, it's estimated that if I hit the ground running, I will be making $1,400 a month, roughly, with brainstorming, logos, branding, designs, animations, plus the markup that I'll be charging the artists from their pay. This is only 15%. It's only going to cost me $600 to maintain the supplies needed for keeping this business running. I'd like to especially thank Alyssa Sears from Christie Communications for helping me get myself out there and making this encouraging me in coming out here and presenting to people like you. Jeff Berry from Santa Barbara Coastal Explorers. Unfortunately, he was not able to come, but he was my very first client, and he strongly supports me still. Miss Nodal from the Don's Net Cafe for giving me the opportunity for starting this business. Monique Rodriguez, event coordinator, public relations, for helping me become a better person and a better salesman at that. And last but not least, Miss Shapiro, my mentor graphic designer from Ipso Facto. The funds needed. It's going to be roughly $5,000 of startup costs in order for me to hit the ground running. That includes a new computer, monitor, software, art tablet, scanner/printer, and supplies. And before we wrap this up, I'd like you to meet Tay, my alter ego I created for myself to help broadcast myself on the internet. And I can make characters like this even for you guys. Thank you.
I like the idea of the concept of bridging between artists and the need. So it's a really cool space to sort of be in. Have you thought about where that's going to be most effective as sort of a target market? You know, where the people you feel like you could connect most readily with your graphic artists that you've got, you know, on your team?
Yes. In fact, I'm a member of the Don's Net Cafe, and I'm also a member of the Mad Academy. So I can go to the Mad Academy students and have them work with the Don's Net Cafe people who want to start their own business, networking them to create pretty much a pretty great harmony with each other. And, you know, that's also a low cost without the cut of creativity.
When you did the research for a small business, what they were willing to pay for a logo design, what did you find out?
I found that with my target market, it was inconvenient for them to go to those kinds of small businesses or small graphic design firms who work with small businesses or medium-sized businesses. So the goal here is to get people, you know, push them out into the real world that help with their logo and their branding to really show what they believe and what they strive for and who they are. And I don't personally think that you could get the same kind of experience working with an already established graphic design firm.
Thank
you. After you do your promotion to people in the schools, do you plan to go to other small businesses around the area?
Of course, yes. Again, I'd like to go to the Mad Academy and Don's Net to be networking with these small businesses located around Santa Barbara. And especially at the Mad Academy, you know, there's a lot of skills there, you know, some that I don't even have. So I can have them do a job for me, and the client could be perfectly happy with what they get because it's exactly what they had thought of.
It's 6:05, and on my schedule, it tells me to announce the winners at 6:05. So I have kept this thing on schedule. We started at 2 p.m. today, so it's been a miracle. And we're very happy to have been on schedule. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to announce the winners, and we traditionally announce third place, second place, first place. And I'm blanking on what the awards are. It's 1,600, 400. Yeah, no. 1,000 is first place, 600 second place, 400 is third place. So we're going to start with third place, and then when I announce the winner, I'd like you to come up on stage. We don't actually have money in these envelopes, so don't get too excited. Because when you win, you're then invited to the banquet, and your seat and your meal is sponsored by the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Foundation. And so we will expect you to be there next Friday nights. We're going to do this again, but we'll be at the Fest Parker's Doubletree Resort, doing some fine dining together. And that's where you will receive your award, your actual money, and you will present your concept again in 60 seconds to a group of 250 business owners and investors in Santa Barbara. So it's a pretty interesting opportunity for you. In addition, there could be other opportunities that happen on September 11th at the Clean Business Investment Summit, where students, the first place winner will be invited to present there as well. So, do you want to know who won the competition today? Okay. So, third place winner for the 4th annual Scheinfeld Center New Venture Challenge goes to Think Bright Graphics. Taylor Berry with Santa Barbara High School. Taylor? As you come to get your award, stay on stage because we're going to give the judges an opportunity to say something to you. The second place winner goes to Rebin Pablo Valladares with Santa Barbara High School. Drum roll. First place winner is I Got It Repairs with San Ynez Valley High School. That went to Isaac Romero. So judges, would you like to just say a few words and give some insight on your thinking and your choices? And it would be great.
Sabisi, because everybody has a unique market space to be in, and I really felt like her passion was very strong. So I'd encourage her to continue in that. So keep going, because I really like what you did, and it could be huge. That could be a multi-million-dollar industry. And also the bicycle thing was a great model as well, and that could roll out to other campuses. For you guys, what we were really excited about was Think Bright Graphics. That's a huge space. You should come over to our business incubator. I could probably get you 15 clients right away. Lenny's got a whole bunch with SCORE, so we were looking for the kind of people that would need to be connected, artists with companies, and that's a huge opportunity, and we're kind of in that location. The Rebin, we really liked what you were doing, which essentially is a clothing company that you're using to address a real need on campus. So as much as you can integrate those two a little bit more together is probably going to be better for you guys, because you're making your money selling your clothing for a good cause, and then the branding on campus. So there's a lot of potential there. If you really work it, you can figure out where your best sort of sweet spot is. And I Got It. Did you win last year? Second place. Hey, this year, first place. Awesome. Because you were here last year, and you made some interesting on-course corrections, because I think you were going to get a retail center downtown, and you did a whole bunch of stuff. And you said, hey, I'm way off better being mobile and doing some things. So we think you've got a huge opportunity to really expand, and good job for coming back and taking the home the first place prize. That's my comments.
Gary?
As far as your phone repair, I know that you plan to work in the San Ynez Valley and be mobile there, but I think that you can have opportunities in a larger area, not to drive and pick stuff up, but I would rather sell a phone or give a phone to somebody local to make some money off of by repairing and selling it. I'd also like to send my phone 30 miles away instead of 3,000 or 30,000 miles away, wherever somebody's going to repair it. And so you might want to offer, the ability for people to mail stuff to you, and either for you to buy or repair. Graphics, you really have to talk to SCORE. About 2/3 of the people we talk to every week really need some help in logos or branding or something like that. And the one thing they don't have is much money. So, I think there's a lot of opportunities there for you. And your clothing line, I think expanding the line, you know, you can go through all sorts of stuff, and they've already set up to handle a lot of different products at Don's Net. So I think that, you know, just start offering stuff out there, and I think you'll do great.
Great. Thank you, Gary.
I want to say this, you know, I've been privileged enough to sit through 4 of these. And I want to say this has been the toughest one. We really, you know, went back and forth over this. And so I think that just shows, again, the competition has risen. The schools themselves are paying more attention. And, you know, it's really great to see this. Really appreciate that. And, you know, everybody did a great job. And, you know, just continue at it. Like, you know, remember, you know, fuel box.
That's right.
Yeah.
0, $2 million, y'all. Keep at it and everything. Y'all the ones that are going to make it, and so just keep after it. And that's my closing.
Thank you, John. So I just want to say, look out for San Marcos High. They aren't here today, but they started an entrepreneur academy and have almost guaranteed that we'll have 30 business plans competing by year 2 of their academy. So I'd watch out for San Marcos High as being a tough competitor coming up. So we've got our eye out on them. Thank you to Lompoc High, Sue, for being here. Ms. B from Santa Barbara High, Scott Yamahata from Dos Pueblos. And do we have a teacher from San Ynez Valley? No? Okay. Well, thank you for representing. And I just appreciate everyone's participation. Thank you, judges. And congratulations to our winners. And we'll see you next year.